Let's just fight. I'm a star and I'm not even trying. 10 times 10, bitch, I'm solid. Bands in my pocket, it ain't tricking if you got it. It ain't tricking if you got it. Bands in my...
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm feeling really good right now. I just came from the gym, you know, explains the sports bra. My endorphins are high. I'm in a great mood. And so I said, you know, let me just do something. Let me hop behind the camera right quick. Put some lip gloss on. Only one time that I have really felt and identified with what Jackie Christie was saying. But when she said, let's just fight, y'all, like, when I say that is me to a T, like, girl, honestly, either beat my ass or shut the fuck up. It's not a whole bunch of different ways this shit can go. I'm not finna just dry beef with you. Either we're gonna duke it out and, you know, I beat your ass. I know you're gonna leave me alone. You beat my ass, I gotta leave you alone. But all this back and forth, I'm just not finna do. With that being said, I know you've read the title to this video, and I don't want you to think like I randomly just went and punched my cousin, who's old enough to be my mama, in the face. There's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of layers to this story, and I want to take the time to give y'all the background so that you can understand how we ended up at the moment where my fist connected with her face. For the sake of this video, I will be calling my cousin by a fake name, Christine, because I don't really want to call her all types of bitches and hoes every other sentence. I still might, because obviously I don't fuck with her, but we're just gonna give her that name. So starting out, me and Christine's mothers are sisters. They are 9 or 10 years apart. There's a big age gap in there, with my mom being the youngest. In addition to that, my mother waited till she was 40 to start having babies. Christine and I are 24 years apart. Now, in addition to the biological factors that were out of the control of both me and Christine, during my childhood, Christine was kind of low-key, high-key, off the wall. She did not come around. We did not really see her. So I always knew who cousin Christine was. I knew what she looked like because of pictures. I had heard her voice over the phone sometimes. I would always hear about the off-the-wall shit she was doing or had done when my mom and aunt would talk on the phone. But knowing her as a person face to face was not really our relationship. I didn't meet for real and kick it and spend time with her until I was about 13 years old. That's just the background to really just say that she's not someone that I was raised with. And for all intended purposes, until 2017, was kind of basically a stranger in my life. So fast forward, I come home from Hampton, and during that same time, Christine was in a situation that she just needed to get out of. My mom, being who my mom is, said, you know, come live here, get yourself together. And that's what happened. And so me and Christine ended up coming back to my house where I grew up. That's going to be important for the story later. I grew up in this house. This is my house. So another moving part to this story, because I think that this played a big part in Christine kind of shaping her image of me and how she looked at me as a person, is when I came home from Hampton. I was like a month and a half away from being 21 years old. And I'm not that much older now, I'm 23, but looking back on it, 21 is really that age where you like, bitch, I'm grown for real. I'm hella grown. I could go buy liquor, you feel me? And also when I was in Hampton, I had lived in my own apartment for over a year. I had my own place. I was living on my own, doing what I wanted, not answering to my mother. And so when I came back home as someone who was almost 21 and who had been living alone, I just didn't want to hide certain things I was doing. So yeah, I was on that hot girl shit before you was on that hot girl shit. Long to the short. Long to the motherfucking short. I was on some hot girl shit. I felt like I was always respectful because it wasn't like I was bringing boys into my mama's house, but I was having them pull up and pick me up and feeling like I don't need to hide and wait till my mom goes to sleep to hop in this boy's car, because my mother's window is actually right next to our driveway, so she could see everything, because I'm grown and I've lived alone for a year, and what I got to hide shit for, in addition to the fact that my brother has been sneaking girls into this house since he was like 15, and I know my mom can pump fake like she don't know. My mama got good ass sense. She know these little girls be in this house, and he don't even hide it now. He stopped hiding it a while ago. So I was just, with those factors, I was like, first of all, I'm grown. Darrington does it. I'm not finna hide my shit. I don't gotta hide my shit. I don't have to lie about nothing. And so, obviously, my mother being very old school, very Christian, was on some like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, we were constantly butting heads, constantly arguing, constantly just getting into it. And I know for me, when I see people getting into it with their mama, that's really not a good sign. And so I can't even fault Christine for maybe forming a premature opinion about me based on that period in time, because that was just like really just a rough period for me and my mom's relationship. It was transitioning into that point where like, girl, I am grown as hell. Okay. Looking back on it now, being a little bit older, tad bit wiser, would I have stopped being on my hot girl shit? Absolutely not. Would I have waited until my mom was asleep to have them boys come pick me up? Absolutely yes. And then maybe we could have avoided a lot of the drama that happened. But hindsight is 2020, and that's how I feel like Christine started to form her opinion of me. There's also been this conception in my house that I think I'm better than Christine, which I honestly don't know where she got that shit from. Because I don't, but I do know that I walk around with a aura of confidence. I'm that bitch when I walk into somewhere, and I know I give that off because many people have told me that I give that off. But the thing is, if you're confident and you're secure within yourself, it's not going to be threatening. And so what I think happened is I walk around my house, like I walk around in the outside world, and that was being given off. And Christine doesn't seem like she's very strong within herself. Like she seems like she has some self-esteem issues or whatever. And so, you know, bitches be threatened. I've never actually done anything to Christine for her not to like me. It was just slowly, gradually, she just kind of decided she didn't bang with me and she didn't fuck with me, which is fine. I don't give a fuck. It's not doing nothing in my life. She started like to be very, very petty. And I saw it immediately because I had a crazy ass roommate when I was in Hampton who, for the last 6 months of our lease, actually she ended up breaking her lease, that we did not fuck with each other. And so all the type of little petty shit roommates do to just show you that they don't fuck with you, that's the type of shit Christine was doing in this house. But you gotta remember, this is my mama's house. It's not just me and Christine, it's multiple people. So she would do shit like, if she was out, she would bring like, we get Mexican food a lot, so she would get like burritos for herself, my brother, and my mom, but not bring anything back for me, and then play it off like, oh, I don't know what she likes. When she would do laundry, if it was my load, she would take my load out of the washing machine and leave it wet and not put it in the dryer. Like that type of shit. Like, come on, bitch, I know game. I'm not dumb. You feel me? And so I told my mama about it, and she was on some, girl, I think you're tripping. I just think that, you know, our relationship wasn't really good at this point, so she really wasn't like, she was like, yeah, girl, whatever, what the fuck ever. That's in your head. Get the fuck on. Go fuck one of them boys you be bringing around. She ain't say all that. Finally, there was a point where I think after I brought all that to my mother's attention, she started keeping an eye out for it and noticed it. And so really was like, okay, this is something that's going on. When you don't like someone, and then everything they do starts to get on your nerves, it kind of snowballed into, that's how like me and Christine just really wasn't fucking with each other, like at all. And she has a great relationship with my mom, she has a great relationship with my brother, but like when I would come in the room, it would just go, she would just stop talking. Or, you know, just, and to me, little shit like that, listen, bitch, you're not finna, I've been in this house, living in this house my whole motherfucking life, period. You're not finna make me uncomfortable in my shit. You feel me? Like, that was always my attitude. So I feel like for a minute there, my presence just really annoyed her, really affected her, and the fact that I didn't give a fuck probably made her not like me anymore. Like, it's crazy because I feel like I talk about Jamila in all of my videos, and then I'd be having to remember, like, dang, Jamila's like really like my best friend. Like, she really be around for all the shit. Like, Jamila was coming to visit, and Jamila's visit was critical in terms of how I ended up connecting my fist to Christine's face, because everyone knew that she was coming to visit. My mama and Christine mama was raised by the same mama. So I know that we have been raised the same way. And like a lot of black families, there's that idea of what is family business is what is family business. And it's just not necessary for people to know certain things that go on within the house. It's just not. And so if we have a guest here and she's visiting for a week, it's not necessary for her to know that we be beefing. I still live at home for a month. I move in a month. Christina still lives here. So now when people come over, when my friends come over, I'll be like, yeah, that big ass ugly bitch on the couch, don't speak to her because she's not going to speak to you. The first couple of days, Christine really wasn't around because she'd be going to her room. But then there was a point where Christine was out in the kitchen and Jamila said, hey, I'm Jamila, introduced herself, and Christine literally ignored her. Like, didn't look up, didn't flinch, didn't even act like she had heard what this bitch was saying. Like, just straight ignored her and then got her food and walked out. And so now Jamila's looking at me like, girl, what the fuck? That pissed me off. And I told my mama that pissed me off. And somewhere along there, during that time frame, Christine has started doing this thing that when I walked in a room, she would sigh hella loud. Now, let me just remind y'all, this bitch was 45 at the time. Like, if my mom was talking to Christine, I walk in the room, or if she talking to Darrington, walk in the room, and like, I would just look at her and kind of laugh, because, bitch, I don't give a fuck, you miserable ass bitch. But after Jamila left, and after she, like, treated my friend, isn't that funny how, like, people could treat us bad, but then they treat, like, our friend or our parents or our sibling bad, and all of a sudden, like, bitch, I don't fuck with you. You need to get yourself together. I remember I was in the car with my mom, and after, it was like the day Jamila left or the day after Jamila left, and I said, your niece got one more time to sigh when she see me before I really pop off, because it's been 6 months of this bullshit, and bitch, either you're gonna fucking fight me, you're gonna beat my ass, or you're gonna shut the fuck up. You old enough to be my mama, and you act like you're 13, and I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with you, you miserable, lazy, stupid ass bitch. Sorry, as you can tell. Can you tell me and Christine still don't fuck with each other? Because it might be obvious. This is another thing that you guys need to know about my family so that this makes sense. I was raised like this. Christine was raised like this. Our grandmama was raised like this. Our mamas was raised like this. Actually, I think a lot of black people, a lot of ethnic people are like this. When it comes to food in the house and you have multiple family members living in the house, unless it's something that you went out to eat and you bought the leftovers, then okay, you got it. That's your personal food. But if you go grocery shopping and you buy cereal or eggs or some of that nature, everybody who lives in this house is welcome to it. So Christine had started buying these like big ass bags of frozen chicken breasts. And she made them and left some on the stove one day, and I ate one. I was like, oh, these are good. So I too started to eat on them. I'm not no bum ass bitch. I need y'all to know that. And I really, really was like, when I picked up the bag, I saw there was only 2-3 chicken breasts. So my mom was doing errands and was gonna bring Christine home from work. And I said, okay, mama, before you come home, I'm finna send you 10, 12, however much this bag of chicken costs. I'm finna send you this money to go get a new bag, because it's not mine. I didn't buy it, and I'm about to body bag the last 2 because I had come home from the gym or something. I was hella hungry. She's like, all right, bet. It's not that big of a deal, but I appreciate you for being mature and wanting to replace this Lay's chicken. Like, I'm seasoning it. It's frozen. My mom and Christine walk in. And my mom walks in, I greet her. Christine walks to the threshold. First thing she do is sigh. Hella motherfucking loud. Oh my God. And I looked up, and my mom and me had this moment where my mom was like, I said, you know what? Okay, my mama's standing right here. I'm gonna let it rock. I'm not even gonna say nothing because I know I'm looking at my mom's face. She don't want me to say anything. Okay. Christine decides to, like, my mom is standing there in the kitchen and Christina's standing there doing fake doing some shit. And she just walked past me again and sighed hella fucking loud again. And it was like this moment, like, you know what, Miss Lindy, girl, I really did try. I tried. So instantly I'm like, is there a fucking problem? And I got this bitch been having me fucked up for 6 months. I said, is there a motherfucking problem, bro? Like, what's your issue? My issue is you eating my chicken. Okay, first of all, imagine being at the big age of 45 and beefing over frozen chicken. But what the fuck ever. For the purpose of the story, we gonna let it rock. I said, bitch, I told my mom to go buy you some new chicken, and I gave her the money to do so. This bitch, and I quote, said, that's not the point. I don't want you eating my chicken. I said, bitch, are you 5? Are you a fucking child, you dumbass bitch? And I started laughing, so we're just going back and forth.
Oh, you're upset about that one. You were homeless and destitute. Take starting at homeless, because look at this. Look at this. Stand up. Where's your waistline?
My mom is like, stop, guys. Stop. Don't argue. Please. We're family. Your grandmother was rolling over in her grave. And she probably was, since I punched her oldest granddaughter in the fucking face. There was a point where Christine... I'm arguing, but I'm still very much making my chicken. So I'm like, yeah. And I remember I was bending down to like literally getting ready to open the oven and put the chicken in the oven. And Christine made a very sudden, threatening movement to me. I felt threatened. And next thing I know, just reflex. Bitch, that pan left my fucking hand. Bitch! I threw the first punch. Don't give a fuck, bitch. You shouldn't have been moving so fast. Christine is a big bitch. She definitely about 350. She's a big bitch. Having been an ex-big bitch, I know that in fights, big bitches tend to use their weight to their advantage. I've done it many a times. So as this situation was happening, this being the kitchen that I've been in since I was 6 years old, I said, I know where all the fucking walls are. What you're not gonna do, big bitch, is pin me against one of these fucking walls, because I know that move so well, and I know how that move ends. So I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm finna take all face shots. I'm not even fucking playing with no hair. You been getting on my nerves for hella long, and I'm just finna beat your old ass. My mother had other plans. Now, mind you, my mom trying to slash her hand between us the whole time. And as I'm like, as I'm punching, mama move. Mom, move. I don't want to hit you, mom. Like, I'm actively cussing Christine out, also telling my mom to move, also punching. You feel me? Multitasking times 3, doing what it do. And at one point, my mother decides to put her whole ass body in between us. Now this is where shit was blown, because I'm like, fuck. Now mind you, my mother is older. She is like 61 at this point. So I was really fucking irritated that she did that. So, but that didn't stop me. That didn't stop me. I was still punching. I was just had to be mindful not to punch my mom in the face. So I'm still punching. I feel some of my shit connecting. Not gonna front, Christine got me a good scratch across my nose. I went to work the next day. Told them motherfuckers my cat had scratched me. I don't even have no fucking cats. I'm allergic to cats. But what the fuck ever. It was just a scratch. You know, just surface. She ain't getting no good licks in. But Christine ended up punching my mom in the back of the head. And bitch, that shit made me even madder. Yo, someone punched me. I said, it wasn't me. Because I was fucking making sure I didn't punch you. It was her. And it was in the back of the head. My mom was facing me like Mecca stop in my face. So one of Christine's punches hit my mom, and that shit made me even madder. And I know the last punch that I threw, it went straight to the face, and then it was over. We still live together to this day, like I told y'all. She don't bother me no more. She just walk around this house hella mad. I know my mom was finna kick her out, but I was, again, I'm not no terrible ass person. I'm not no terrible ass person, y'all. She didn't have nowhere to go. I was telling my mom she could live here. She knows that the fuck up out of my way. And that's exactly what she do. I be telling my mom all the time, that's your motherfucking niece. That ain't no cousin of mine. So I just want to let y'all know. Family, like the title of family, yes, it's something that you're born with, but a spot in your life for real is something that is earned. And if people are constantly bringing negative energy into your life, they're constantly showing that they don't have your best interest at heart, and they don't really give a fuck about you, just because y'all have the same blood running through your veins, you do not owe them any type of loyalty. You really don't owe them any type of respect. And you don't owe them a spot in your life. So I just want y'all to remember that. Dude, don't be out here punching a 45-year-old woman in the face. It's not cute, but you feel me, it happens. If you thought this video was funny, don't forget to thumbs up, like it, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in my next video.
I'm a star and I'm not even